know.
Like your picture is sideways.
Beat face. Yeah, I know I'm sideways because you guys can't hear me when I'm standing up.
Okay, as people are coming in, hello, welcome to another episode. I'm Khaliek.
I'm Tati. And this
is shit. This is some. All right, and this is what's the tea, sis? Okay.
And this is what the tea.
Yes, that's the tea. The tea is this is shit.
I'm so sorry for technical difficulties, guys.
We apologize. This was horrible. But next week, episode 3, we will do way better. Trust and believe me. So this episode, we are talking about sexuality. So everything like gay, straight, bi, whatever you identify as, we're talking about it. We're gonna dive in our opinions of it and what we think of the societal standards and new shit that's coming out, new sexualities. And as a disclaimer for everyone who's here in the call, one, I want to thank you for being here because we are going through some difficulties. But another thing is, I just want you to be respectful and mindful that there are people who probably identify with the sexualities that we might bring up, and just give your opinion. All opinions are welcome, but don't be homophobic, don't be transphobic, because that's how your ass get the boot. No shade. So yeah.
But what are you drinking today, sis? What's in your cup?
Oh shit! Oh, I forgot. Girl, I actually got some real tea. Last week I had Pure Leaf. I was cheating the system, but I got some real tea now. It's what's this shit called? It's green something. And I'm not a tea drinker. I don't drink tea. Tea is disgusting to me. But for the sake of the show, I'm trying it out. So and it tastes nasty. It tastes like water. So I'll put that down. Tati, what's in your cup?
I'm drinking a mixed green tea blend.
That sounds good. My shit was disgusting. I didn't make this properly. I didn't make it properly.
I think you did. I just don't think you like tea, and it's okay.
Well, I gotta keep trying it out because I expect to have 10 more episodes. So I'm gonna have to keep trying out this nasty shit. Hopefully my goal is though to come across a tea that I really, really like. So every new episode, I plan on trying a new tea. This is the green tea. It was disgusting. I don't recommend it. So next week, if you guys have any ideas, just link the tea that I should drink next week. And
you could put milk and sugar in tea, right?
Ginger tea. Okay. Milk and sugar. Why would I put milk and water?
Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna move on to the first.
Now, moving on. You see how dumb that idea was. Oh my gosh. Here is another dumb ass idea. I don't know, Tati, if you've been seeing it. But this whole thing about super straight, I don't know, have you seen it?
I've seen it on social media, but I was kind of unaware. I don't know why. I'm on TikTok, but my side of TikToks don't reach that area for some reason. So I was kind of surprised when I heard people were saying they're super straight.
Yeah, I was. All right. So how this came about. All right. This is how I heard of it. So I don't own TikTok, by the way. TikTok is disgusting. It's toxic for the same reason why super straight exists. And so my friend who always likes to debate with me, he started sending me these weird ass videos of this grown ass man talking about how trans people, if they don't disclose that they're trans to a man, that they're trying to trick them, they're sexually assaulting men, and they're doing this and that. And by him saying that, it's transphobic. So I guess all the people, all the ignorant niggas got together and said, hey, we're not regular straight, we're super straight. That means we don't date trans people. We only date women that were born as women. Yeah. Any thoughts?
That's a lot to unpack right there.
It's no, because it is gag worthy, really. So for you to say I don't date trans people, you're gonna come up with a new sexuality to kind of further isolate. I feel like, okay, here's my little psychology about super straight. I just feel like heterosexuals are very what's the word? Well, not all heterosexuals. Let's just say the heterosexual men. I think that they are dealing with some internal toxic masculinity, that they can't handle their own sexuality. And so being seen with a trans woman, you know, we all know trans people were not born biologically women, but they are still women at the end of the day. They just have to come up with something just to, you know, and it's emasculate a word, emasculate, like,
yeah,
to further emasculate themselves, to not be regular men, because you're not regular straight. If you're straight, you super straight. You know what I mean? Like, this shit is so dumb to me. I fucking hate it. I hate it.
No, like, in my personal opinion, I just personally feel like I just don't understand why it's so hard to just accept the fact that, hey, he might have a dick. Like, it's not that bad. Like, I swear to God, it's not that bad. Like, for me personally, I feel like this is all rooted in the stigma against trans people, gay people, period, against the LGBT community, period. Like, it's just that stigma they keep applying. But I do kind of understand where they're coming from. It's just, it's rooted in insecurity, because at the end of the day, I get it. Okay, you're talking to someone and they're trans. You would want them to disclose that. You know what I mean? So I can kind of sympathize, because look at it this way. Let me give you an example, right? Say, for example, you meet someone online and they're fine. They're everything that you want in a person. And then you meet them in person and they tell you they got 6 kids.
So what?
You know that the nigga with 6 kids? You are gonna date a nigga with 6 kids.
All right,
say
the
that
thing
to
is,
me
okay.
With a straight face. Say that to me with a straight face. You're gonna date a nigga with 6 kids.
Listen, okay. Okay, I feel
but
like, okay.
I personally feel like, yes, they should disclose it, but at the end of the day, with the stigmas placed upon them, I can also understand why they don't want to disclose it at the same time. It's just a sticky situation on both sides, but on the heterosexual side, they definitely could just chill the fuck out. Like, especially.
Yeah, TikTok, apparently, I was reading this. Oh, if you guys are wondering, I think I can share my screen, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. Just give me a second while I figure this bum ass Zoom out. Share screen. Okay, so let me see what I can share. I think it's this one. All right, you guys see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all looking at the wrong thing.
Not jewelry. Girl,
listen,
what you trying to buy?
Listen.
Shein size?
Yes, this is Shein. All right, so so listen, y'all wasn't supposed to see that. So this is a super straight flag, by the way. I don't know if y'all all can see that, but that's super straight. That's the flag that they want to advertise, whatever. Mind you, this flag is ugly as fuck. Reminds me of Halloween.
Like the Pornhub logo. Please
Pornhub logo. Oh my God. That's probably what they're, I don't know. And you know what's crazy? We're not even gonna go into that. We're gonna get there. But apparently,
Jesus,
according to this article, you know, TikTok has banned all super straight things. I tried to Google super straight to see if it actually became a sexuality. And thank God it is not a sexuality, because I cannot have LGBTQIA SS. You know what I mean? It's just weird. I don't even know. Oh, and that's another thing that I want to ask, like, touch upon, like, how you stop sharing? All right, we're gonna end this, but y'all got the flag. Oh wait, no. Ooh. But another thing that I want to, like, that I'm curious about is, like, what is your opinions on, like, other sexualities? More so, like, do you think being straight is a sexuality?
Like, from okay, sexuality. Personally, in my opinion, I just feel like straight was something that we were kind of like created, essentially being. But at the end of the day, like, honestly, I don't see the big, like, I don't see the reason why it's such a big deal. So what if someone likes a male, or so what if someone likes a woman? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're all born with tendencies, you know what I mean? So we can all say a nigga looks good respectfully, but does that mean like, oh, I want to fuck him? No. You know what I mean? It's just like, I just feel like it's such a touchy topic that like, even then, even if straight couldn't be considered as a sexuality, it's still sort of one, you know what I mean? It's just the whole conversation itself is so weird.
Yeah. Me personally, I can, all right. Because what I'm trying to say, I'm not saying like being straight is not a sexuality. Being straight, I think that is a sexuality. But what I'm saying is, it's not, when we say LGBTQ, we don't add S at the end. So like, I don't know if like whoever came up with the other sexualities, because there's so many sexualities. Like, I was even surprised when I educated myself on like sapiosexual, demisexual, pansexual, intersex. I'm like, damn, there's a whole bunch of stuff, but like, that's good because there's something for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, people are able to like further identify themselves and go further in depth of how they truly, truly feel. But like, I don't know. We live in a heteronormative society. So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like being straight is just normal. And I mean, it shouldn't be normal. I feel like whoever you are, no shade, but whoever you are should be normal. If you're straight, that doesn't make you normal. But like, in a way, I feel like the way that society is like designed, that's the kind of society that we live in. And that's why I feel like super straight is like this whole thing, because it's like, I feel like they're just trying to make society normal again. You know, a lot of this, like, gay people are being liberated, lesbian, everyone is being celebrated. And it's like, we're kind of losing that heteronormativity. So people kind of want to go back to that, to where they have women cooking in the kitchen, you know, men doing the dirty work. I just feel like this is all a plot that somebody's trying to bring us backwards instead of forward, especially with all the racism shit that's going on. I'm just surprised. Like, I think the KKK still exists, and that's a problem. You know, they trying to make us go back. They try to make us go backwards in history instead of forward. Like, I don't know. There's people like this that create this dumb shit that sets us backward instead of moving forward. And I just feel like that's just what we got to do. You know what I mean?
That's true. Honestly, I personally feel like as a society, we need to really remove the stigma that's on the LGBT community, period. Because honestly, it's really pushing us back. I'm kind of getting tired of niggas being transphobic, hearing about all the, like, you know, the crimes committed against people in the LGBT. Because honestly, bitch, respectfully, a lot of these niggas don't want y'all.
And that's on what? That's
a lot of these niggas don't want y'all. You know what I mean?
And that's the tea, sis.
Yeah, because like niggas don't like. No, like there's like mad people that don't want y'all. They just doing them.
To be very fun. Let's talk about. Hold on. Let me pull my cup down for this. Let's really talk about it, because prior to this episode, oh my god, it's so crazy how you say that. Because prior to this, when we were all waiting and whatever, you know, in high school, ain't no bitches like me. Like, I mean, like men, like they just felt like I was too feminine. I was too this, I was too that. My school was very homophobic in that sense.
Yeah, we know, baby. We know.
Yeah, it was very homophobic in that sense. And the gag is, the nigga that was the most homophobic hit me up on some links, literally just now. And I was like, wait, because I never had, you know, I don't add people on Snapchat. Well, I do add people, but I did unfriend a lot of people. And he wasn't one of the people, like I never had him friended or anything, because I don't really talk to many niggas in my school, well, my high school. And so he hit me back up, he said links. I'm like, wait, who is this? I clicked through his story and I'm like, oh, this is who he is. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do now. I'm not even gonna lie.
Girl,
cute.
Because like, I know Angel's in the call. She can attest to this, bro. She can attest to this. because me and her last year alone, all the people, because our school was very homophobic too, because, you know, it had a large Jamaican population.
Yeah.
Bro, literally, Pluto, anyways, we, but no, literally, I kid you not, half the guys that were hella homophobic, screaming out Batiman, all these slurs, calling people a man, all this stuff, was over here trying to get with our friend, was over here trying to get with other people. One of them was transitioning, and they were over here trying to get with her before she was post-op, bro.
Wow, that's crazy. And
so you it's not surprising. See, she said 100%. There was tons of people, bro, and we were shook because it's just like the way they were acting. They acted like they was about to commit like a homicide on people for nothing, for no reason. So I completely believe you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like this is gonna go into another thing, but like straight men, like, I don't know why you guys be so scared. Like, if you're gay, just say it. Like, why do we have to go around the bush? Why do I gotta ask all these questions? Why you gotta hide me under the bed and shit when people come through? Like, why do we have to go through all of this?
Maybe is that personal? Yeah. Did you just say something personal?
Listen, no, it's just because like DL niggas, like they are just too much. Like, oh my God. So something that I wanted to talk about was Grindr. We can't talk about sexuality without talking about this app. This is the #1 gay dating app. Dating, right?
It is a dating app. It's just y'all don't date on there.
No, it is not a dating app. This app is purely hookup. You know what? Let me go into the app store. This is definitely a hookup app. And it's sad that like the only app that gay people have, well, gay men specifically, because that's what the app is targeted towards. It's like, why does it have to be a gay hookup app? You know what I mean?
That's
okay,
true.
let's read. Let's see. Grindr is the world's first free mobile social network for gay, bi, trans, and queer people to connect. Blah, 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 blah. I'm waiting for the hookup part. Anyway, so let's just open the app Grindr.
Let's open the app
Grindr. So when you reach Grindr, here, let me see. Y'all can see my little phone here, right? So that's the app right there. You click the little app. This is all you see. Mad niggas and shit. Most of them, their names are bizarre, but a lot of them are DL and they're scared. A lot of them are very scared. Girl, I just opened this app like a minute ago. I got 2 messages. I don't want to expose him, but it's a
girl, I wish we had a blurred screen. You better put your finger over his face and show us what he sent you. You better put the finger over his face. Girl,
well, his face isn't in it, but you know, it's body pics. And that's normally all that you receive on this app, right? So the thing about, here's why I have a problem with Grindr, right? Because I feel like this app really fetishizes trans and Black gay femme people. And I say this because there are a lot of DL niggas on this app. If you guys got a nigga, check out for Grindr. I'm telling you, like, literally, there be full on people with wives and shit, full on families. Like, I just be like, oh my God, like, what if your wife catches me in the room? Like, what are we gonna do?
Okay, time out.
Like, what are we gonna do? So it's like, I don't know, but back to the fetishizing part, it's like, this app is so colorist, and it's just, it amazes me how people hit you up and be like, let me get a taste of that big black beep. Let me, like, it's crazy. It's so crazy. It's so crazy to me. So crazy. But I feel like that's where we are with the LGBT.
What was the worst thing someone has inboxed you saying?
Let me fuck your belly button. Yes, basically that whole situation. There are people on that app that think I'm full on trans. There are people on the app that be like, I hate niggers. Yes. Yeah. There are people on the app that be like, let me get some of the BBC. Yes. And that's my problem with Grindr. And I feel like not only just Grindr, but this happens a lot in the LGBTQ community. If you're not a part of it, I mean, like, I feel like only the people who's in the LGBT would honestly know how I feel, especially Black gay men or like Black trans women, to where people literally just fetishize you. Like, it's crazy. They think that you're some exotic animal because the norm with being gay is, you know, a little twink white boy. And it's sad. It's honestly sad to me how like people of the LGBTQ community say like, oh, we want peace, we want equality, we want, you know, this, and this. But then you're colorist, you're a racist, you know, you belittle people. And that's just, it's just crazy. It's just crazy to me. It's beyond me. But yeah, that's Grindr for you, girl.
Wow, I didn't know it was that dangerous in these streets.
Yes, it's literally dangerous. It's literally dangerous. Because like, it's like, imagine feeling not accepted in your own community because you're different from the social norm in that community, and then not being also accepted in full-on society because you live in a heteronormative society, a cis male, white dominated society. So just being a Black gay male or even just a Black trans female, like, it's hard. It's hard. It's really hard. And it's even harder for the trans community, even harder because, you know, going through shit like Super Straight. I saw a video where there was these group of trans women together. They were literally they weren't doing anything. It looked like they were coming from a party, whatnot. Randomly, these dudes walked up to them, punched them in the face. And then we have one chuckling in the corner recording and everyone else just standing there doing nothing. Like, that's it. That sucks. And it really hurts that's what our society has really come to, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, that shit's honestly fucking awful. And I know what video you're talking about. And he later chased her down the block. And I'm just like, they were minding their business. Like, why did you need to do all of that? You know what I mean? It's really sad. Because niggas is crazy. Like, my God. And how much you want to bet? How much you want to bet later in his life or at some point in his life, he got fucked in his ass?
Not that he did anal. Not that he did the whole thing. He did anal and everything. Girl, probably.
How much you want to bet? It's always the niggas that be afraid of what everybody thinks, doing the most craziest shit. Like, nigga, if you don't get some self-confidence, if you don't get rid of your mommy issues, king, please.
That's just really sad. You know, and it all boils down to toxic masculinity at the end of the day. There's men, the gayest thing I've ever heard is like men trying to impress other men. And that's what toxic masculinity is. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. It's crazy, it's sad, it needs to end. If you're gay, it's okay. Take your time to come out the closet, but don't, you know, come for other people because you gay too and you insecure with yourself. Like, no, sweetie, if your ass want to stay in the closet, stay in the closet.
Exactly. And if you're DL, be single. Please don't use a jacket. Because I know quite a few females in my life who have been used as jackets. It's not cute.
Oh yeah, it isn't cute. And I feel bad for women who men are truly gay. Like, that shit hurts my soul because it's like, damn, like, now we gonna have
deceived.
Yeah, you've been deceived. Sis was catfish. Y'all want to talk about trans people not disclosing their sexuality?
You deceiving your girl, bro.
You deceiving your girl. You know you like your booty licked. You know you want your dick sucked by a nigga. Simple. That's just what the truthie is. You're just mad. You're mad and you're mad you can't do that. Because guess what? Everyone's gonna find out. Everyone's gonna find out. And that's sad. And that's really sad that people have the mentality as in like, oh, if I'm gay, I'm not gonna have any friends, or I'm not gonna have a good reputation or anything. Like, honestly, I told my significant other this, that he was struggling. There was a point in time when he was struggling with his sexuality, and I'm not taking no straight man. Listen, I don't date straight men. I don't like straight men. I mean, I respect you guys as people, but some of y'all really fucked it up for me. No shade. Let me stop building. All right, I said this is not gonna be okay. All right, no. Look at me. Okay, it's horrible. All right, no, I respect all people. I respect all people. It's just straight men sometimes. I don't know. It's the way your brains are wired. Some of you guys, some of them, because I do have some straight male friends that are completely cool. Whatever. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say now. All right, come back to me. I forgot, but when I remember, can someone remind me what I was gonna say if y'all was paying
I
attention?
kind of forgot what you said too, not gonna
I was
lie.
gonna forget. Not that she said I'm not paying attention.
Nah, I was paying attention, but like you were putting it together and then you lost me. And I was
yeah, I know. I totally forgot.
You was putting it together. But let's go into preference equals colorism. This is something interesting that
equal colorism. Okay.
This is something interesting. Let me preface this comment. This this topic real quick.
Okay. So let's talk about it, sis.
Yeah. So, anyways, pretty much, I was talking to a male, right? Okay. And this male in particular had a long history of dating white females. Okay. Mm-hmm. White females. Dated a bunch of white females, and then when it came around to him talking to me, I was one of the first Black females. And he was always big on, it's a preference. He ain't colorist, it's a preference. Now, here's the thing. Understand, preference, it's all good to have one. You can prefer white men. You could prefer Black men. You can even prefer Asian men. It does not friggin' matter. But you also have to acknowledge the fact that preference is based off of what? How you were raised. How little factors in your life. Preference can be rooted in colorism. So if your mom calls you a little dark Blackie throughout your childhood, you're probably gonna start to resent Black women and probably dark-skinned Black women because your mom put that on you. Just because you prefer something does not mean it's not rooted in some type of insecurity. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Personally, I feel like for me, I don't mind dating outside of my race. But at the same time, when I say certain things, or I'd be like, oh, he's cute, I always like to think back and think, okay, why do I find him to be cute? Is there something I'm lacking within myself? That's just a part of the self-reflection journey. But niggas always classify and try to separate the two when it's not like that. No, if you like someone who's white and you only date white women, you probably have a preference, yes, in white women, but at the same time, what is it that there's about Black women that you hate? And you might want to check that because at the end of the day, you're Black, you know? Same thing for white men that only date Black women. It's like, what's going on?
So do you think that someone having a colorist preference, so to speak, because you said with how some people interpret just only dating Black women or whatever, do you think that they as a person are colorists?
Them as a person, it depends. Like personally, like I've met a lot of niggas who be like, nah, I want a light skin John. And it's just like, okay, nigga, you're a colorist. But men who just date, like say for example, they don't bash Black women, they don't bash Asian women, and they just date Spanish women or white women, they do have colorist tendencies, but I wouldn't inherently call them colorists unless they're like forwardly showing that action. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Someone wrote in the comments, they use preference as an excuse to hide the fact that they're colorists. And my take on it, I agree to a certain extent. Because Tati, I do understand of saying like, a person may not be actually colorist, but they have some colorism tendencies. Mm-hmm. I understand that. But at the same time, I'm looking at it like, if someone's racist, you're like, if they have, like, let's say they do racist acts, you will deem them racist. So someone who does colorist acts, you will deem them colorist, you know? And I feel like people really like to hide the fact of like including stuff like race or skin color into preference. And me personally, I'm not okay with that because it's like you isolate a whole majority based on one experience. In a small way, you are, what's that word called? I forgot the word. But anyway, you're putting all women or Black women in a box, or however your preference goes. You know, if I say, oh, I only like white dudes, I neglect Black dudes, Asian dudes, and I'm all putting them in a box because, and then their iconic excuses, oh, I've dated Black women before and Black women are XYZ, whatever, whatever, whatever. You know, you kind of put them in a box and put them in a category and say like all Black women are, and they basically name the stereotypes, you know, loud, obnoxious, they ratchet, blah, 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 blah. So you can't tell me that you're not somewhat colorist, or, well, it depends on who we're talking about. If it's a white person, I feel like they're racist. But if you're, if you're another minority, you're a bit colorist and you're prejudiced. You know what I mean? It's just unfair. It's unfair. And mainly a lot of like the dark skin community gets put down because everyone sees lighter complexion as a something, you know, pretty normal and beautiful. That's just my opinion.
To piggyback off that real quick, I'm sorry, my fault. Yeah. But to come back to what you were saying, because essentially what you're saying is what I'm saying, but I'm speaking from this point of view. Say they have a preference, but they don't bash other people. At the end of the day, it's still rooted in insecurity. You're still colorist, you're still all of that. But as long as they're not being outwardly disrespectful to people, have your biases. Just shut the fuck up about it. You feel me? I don't have to know your colorist, you know what I mean? But if you're saying colorist shit to me, you're belittling other Black people who've just not done anything to you, then you're definitely colorist. But if you are just quiet and you just quietly date what you want and you're not rude or disrespectful about it, I don't personally find that to be bad, because at the end of the day, at least you're not belittling nobody. It's the loud ass, dumbass niggas who be like, yo, fuck dark skinned bitches. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, babe? That's not how this works. Shut the fuck up if you don't like dark skinned bitches. You feel me?
I'm sorry, not to change the subject, but look, this is why I hate Grindr. We're going back to this because look, this dude, his name is Looking for a Big Ass, right? He said, and I quote, he says, every kiss begins with K. Can I kiss that fat booty? And he sent me pictures of himself with the iPhone 4. And so this is why, children, don't get Grindr. If you're a part of the LGBT community and you're just starting out, don't do that. But anyway, back to what you were saying. Yeah, I definitely agree how people can be belittling and stuff like that. I just feel like having a preference in race or a color itself is, in a small way, you're belittling. You know, I personally feel like you're discriminating against everyone else who is not that complexion. You know what I mean? And I don't know, I see it in a small way like that. I feel like preference should be based off of something that you can change. You know what I mean? Like race and your ethnicity, that's forever, baby. I don't care how much you bleach your skin, all of that. Listen, you're forever Black. I don't care how white you are, right?
That's true.
But like, some preference should be, I guess, something around the nature of like, I like prefer people,
You like fat asses, like shit like that.
I mean, that could be a preference.
Like you said, things that you could change.
You could change. You're right. You could change. Yeah, you could change. You just eat a little more. You know, wear a waist trainer.
Get surgery. It's
do that.
Cool. Like, just
like something like that. Or like, oh, I only like kind people, or I only like people who watch Grey's Anatomy. I don't fucking know. Like, I know that sounds weird and shit, but like, I feel like that's something that could be a preference, like a reasonable preference in order to get to know someone and actually eventually seeing yourself with someone. What if Grey's Anatomy literally changed my life? Like, you know what I mean? I would want my partner to experience that. So like, yeah, I just feel like that's how preference should go. It shouldn't be based on like how light your skin is or where your parents came from and stuff like that. Like, that's not cool to me. That's That's not it. That's not what it's giving, sweetie.
And you know what? And I agree with that. But also, let's not forget Jamaican men are from hell. So we're just gonna keep everyone
not
will
Jamaican
get a
men
clean
are
slate.
hell.
Everyone will get a clean slate, but Jamaican men. Anyways, next.
Next, okay. So I feel like we should talk about, is there anything in particular you want to touch on? Like any questions that you have? Like any, all right. And I'm gonna leave this for everybody that's in this call right now. Is there any questions that you have? Well, by the way, I just feel like I should get this out there. Here's my coming out story, that I am a non-binary queer person. So that means so that means, okay, here's what that means. Non-binary is not falling on the spectrum of feminine and masculine. I feel like me as a person can, right now you're getting very femme, but like I can teeter-totter between very masculine and very feminine. That's why I kind of don't want to be put in that masculine and feminine box, right? Mm-hmm. And queer, for those who don't know, queer just means questioning or different, let's say. Questioning, you're either questioning your sexuality or you're different. And me as a person, like, I like men. That would make me gay, right? In everyone's eyes, that would be like, yeah, you're gay. But I feel like with me personally, there's, I don't know, it's weird. I can't really explain it, but like, you know, when you say something and it just don't feel right, you know, that's what saying I'm gay feels like. It feels like it doesn't feel right. It doesn't sit well with me. So I'm gonna remain queer until they come out with another word. That identify me as, but like as a queer person who has done gay things, is there any questions that you guys like have for me? Because I know there's a lot of people, even in school, they'd be like, oh, do top or bottom? And I'd be like, why do you want to know this? Like, you know, they want to know how to prepare XYZ. So is there anything that you're like curious to ask like a gay man that you feel like will be embarrassing to ask them? But you know, everything is cute here.
Pluto. Any questions, guys?
Any questions? Girl, that goes for you too, Tati. You have any questions?
No, girl. No questions.
Why is he asking? Oh, sorry, not to change the subject real quick, but I'm really engaging in conversation with the dude from high school. And it's very weird. He's like, LMFAO, what's your number? I'm gonna be like, why? Nigga, what you trying to do with me?
Exactly, master. I don't like that.
This is so weird. It's so weird. But yeah, I guess if you guys don't have any questions, then I'll just talk about like some iconic experiences I've had. Or Tati, you have anything you want to say?
Iconic experiences. I'm trying to think.
I don't have any iconic experiences. Most of my experiences has been sex outside. That's iconic. Literally, I just feel like being gay, like you kind of have an advantage, not an advantage, but like you just kind of do what you want and you're very much more experienced than a lot of people. I mean, I've met some gay virgins, but like, girl, I don't believe that shit. I feel like they move fast. My community moves very quickly, very fucking quickly. I had to learn at 13. So yeah, and I was late to the party, you know? I had to learn. And it's crazy because high school was really when I started experimenting, because in middle school, I was like, oh, I think I like boys. In high school, I had a gay friend and he told me about Grindr. Girl, he gave me the whole gay handbook. He was like, okay, you have to start listening to Nikki. You have to start doing this. I was like, damn, like, this is what I gotta do.
Oh, he made you a barb. That's nice.
Super straight is ignorant and will never be a thing. And that's on period. I would like to take a sip of this nasty ass tea, but it's disgusting. So I really hope ginger tea, I'm gonna remember ginger tea. I really hope it's good. I really hope it's good and you guys are not trying to kill me. Because
I feel like every episode you're just gonna say it's nasty. It's okay, babe.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like you will.
I don't think everything is nasty. I don't think everything is that. No, let me stop. Okay. So, I mean, okay. So if nobody has any questions,
To move to the confessions panel.
We can move to the confessions part of this. Does anyone have anything that they want to? You might want to try iced tea. I like Tazo passion tea. Is that real tea? Because I've had iced tea before. I mean, like, I'm not that, like, I've had iced tea. Not like, I don't think I've had real iced tea though. I had the one that come in like little Kool-Aid packs. I don't think that's real iced tea.
It's not. But you know what? Whatever. Because you was drinking Pure Leaf on the first episode.
I was drinking Pure Leaf. Listen, I don't. Pure Leaf is like literally the only tea, and it has to be iced tea and lemonade. If it's not that, it's disgusting.
Ew, girl, you really the ghetto. The
ghetto. I should just bring some tea flavored Kool-Aid or something.
Yeah, that's the best thing you could work with right now.
But anyways, with the confessions, does anyone? All right, so I neglected to share this earlier. By the way, we have a confessions panel every episode. At the end of each episode, we want the viewers to confess something that they have done. It can either been like right now or in life, and it will always be anonymous. So if you don't feel like sharing it in the comments, you can email. And we're also gonna have this hotline. Like, I'm gonna have an actual phone where you call and like we can hear your voice. I really want that fantasy. All right, just leave me alone.
We're gonna work with that.
What happened?
But yeah, I do have a confession and an update.
Uh-oh, she has a confession. All right.
Anyway,
so while Tati shares her confessions, if anyone wanna Gmail, send us a nice little email. It will be anonymous again, so it can be as raunchy as you want it to be. I want some tea. This is called What's the Tea for Nothing. I want some real tea.
Don't leave your name, please. But anyway,
yeah,
back into it. So anyways, I recently got a cat, an emotional support animal. Okay, don't laugh. His name is Pluto. If you came on the call earlier, he was there. And my confession is that last night I was sleeping, right? And he has a little spot on the bed. It's a little blue sweater I put on my bed for him to sleep on because like he likes the way it feels against his paws. So, I'm holding him down. I'm like, okay, I got you, homie. So it's like 3 a.m. I swear to God. And I'm really dozing in. And I tend to move a lot in my sleep. Tell me how I kicked this kid. And you know what he does? He pounces on me and was about to scratch my whole leg up. I was like, sir, you will get put out.
Fight her. She got to fight her. Not that her cat is abusing her, and the cat is supposed to be her emotional support.
Right? He's really about to abuse me and make me get a new animal. Like, come on, sir. It was a mistake, though. Me and him made up in the morning when I fed him. But it was just more of like, you knew I was asleep.
Damn.
Why are you at my feet sleeping?
That cat really want to bother you. Do you think animals have like sexuality? Do you think like gay dogs exist?
Yeah, I've heard such things. I've heard such things like that. Like I've heard of 2 gay lions. Like honestly, I feel like I know that's not something you hear about, but I've heard of 2 gay lions, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cute. Or like the 2 gay, like the gay frogs. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm gonna hop into something real quick. But I don't know if you know, but there was this whole conspiracy theory called the gay agenda, where they said how pretty much they were injecting like chemicals in the water, especially in Atlanta, to make a bunch of people gay. So they put it in the water in Atlanta, and that's why there's a high gay population. And they were saying how that's one of the reasons why the gay frog experiment, like they referenced back to that because like they did something to make these frogs gay. So they were saying they put that shit in the water. So I say all of this to say that there are conspiracy theories literally because people don't want to accept gay people.
I see. Well, we have one confession. Ayana, do you want to come up here and
no.
Yeah, come up here and tell us what your friends were doing in the playground. I want to know like how old were they? What were they doing? I don't know. They could have just playing double dutch for all I know. I mean, that's what kids are supposed to be doing.
Girl, yeah, tell us what the confession is, sis.
Tell us what the confession is.
Do you want to turn on your mic?
No, you can come tell us the story. Come up here and talk to us if you're comfortable with that.
Okay, so You know, because I'm kind of nosy, so you know, I can get anything out of anybody. But so a few days, my friends didn't want to hang out with me and my other best friend, and I was like, that's weird because you know they would usually want to hang out with us. So then I find out that um they told us in the group chat they were fucking on the playground. So you know, I was like, oh shoot, that's nice. And then one of my friends, she almost got pregnant, but she didn't. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. How old were you at the, well, if it's a playground, it had to be elementary school, middle school.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in middle school right now. So my friend, she's like 13 and he's like 14.
Ayana,
oh my God.
Ayana, is that you? Hey, girl.
Oh my,
Hey, girl.
oh my God. So they were fucking in the playground. Wait, and one of them almost got pregnant. That's crazy at like 13, 15.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Why are you guys experimenting so damn well? Hold on, let me shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
stay
I
home.
definitely remember 13 being murmured out of your mouth. Wait a minute.
I stay home.
Just
So
said I had to
I'm
start.
good.
But listen, let me tell you, I was never fucking and sucking and doing nothing in the park at that age. You know, I was like very much holy because, you know, back in our time, something called a belt exists. So I didn't want my ass.
Girl, they still do. They just hold up pants now. Girl, stop.
Girl.
But no,
no.
honestly, in my personal opinion, I've heard stories like that in middle school too. Like in my community, kids were so hyperly sexualized. Like they were fucking on the staircase. Like they was everywhere with it. And I'm like, damn, like, what the fuck does y'all hormones be producing? Because
I am God. That's not cool though. Like, where y'all kids learn that from? Because Cardi wasn't popping at that time, so y'all can't blame her. Y'all can't blame her. Anyways,
where was y'all learning this from? I'm weak. Nah, it wasn't Cardi. It was who's out that time? Probably Nikki.
Girl,
Nikki wasn't teaching how to suck dick.
It's always somebody, and that's the problem. Like I said in the last episode, I'm gonna say it again. These kids need a ass whooping. They need to get their ass beat. You know, I have a sister. She's only like 2 years old. She just came out the vagina. She's walking around talking about fuck that bitch. I'm like, what? And mind you, I don't curse at home. I'm very much holy. So yes, ma'am. Hi, mother. How are you today? I'm very much that. But, you know, she come out if she don't like something that you're doing or if she don't want to be bothered. She'd be like, fuck that bitch. And she walks off. And I'm like, who taught you this? Because it wasn't me. It wasn't your mother. I'm like, who told her to say that in that correct context too? Like she know what it means. And that's why I think all children are evil. That's
interesting.
All children are evil. What, that's interesting that all children are evil?
I don't feel like children are evil. I just feel like they're really disrespectful.
Girl, they're evil. They came out the vagina just mean.
Okay. So I'm gonna put Ayana on the spot, okay? So Ayana's my younger sister, okay? And she has a wicked mouth. So this was one evening, her and my mom had gotten into a little spat. Mm-hmm. And my mom replied to her, I'm going to be taking out all the space heaters out the house. Ayana replies to her and says, okay, fine. I'll just turn on the oven.
Ooh. Ooh.
Girl, you know what my mother did?
Grab the belt?
No, she took the hinges off the stove. We couldn't cook for weeks.
Oh, God. I'm gagged. Well, she did do it the more non-abusive because, you know, people are quick to call CPS. People are quick. Oh, you beat your child?
Exactly. You got girls on TikTok saying, help, help, help. Girl, you can't say anything these days. You can't touch your child.
You really can't.
So my mom took the best route possible. But that's even then, kids' mouths be real crazy.
Real fucking crazy. And on that note, I feel like this is the end of our show.
Yes, it's been good.
It's been good. I'm so all right. Next week, listen, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Next week, next week we're gonna be professional about this. We're gonna do this properly, okay?
We're gonna have the right link.
We're gonna have the correct link. And I would like to talk to Thomas and them after this about putting this up on Spotify. Because I feel like this will be really cute as a podcast.
It definitely would be. It definitely would
be. And if you missed the Zoom call, watch the podcast. You won't get none of this beat face. It's only for the people who joined the call.
Yes.
And that's just on period, because I love you guys. I love every single one of you that actually came
and wasted your time. Thank you for attending, guys, again.
Yes, thank you. But that's the end of our meeting. This was What's the Tea, Sis? Stay tuned for next week, because next week we're going to be talking about
screenshot time. Take your screenshots, guys.
I'm dead. We're gonna be talking about the Lord. We're gonna be talking about Mr. Lord up there. So bye guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. You guys are free to go. Meanwhile, I'll drink this nasty ass tea.
Bye. Bye guys. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.